All right, hello everyone. So today we have an important lesson for you for today's class. The title is Restorative Justice. And so let me start off with the definition, the reason why we do restorative justice. So the purpose is to build relationships amongst each other and also set norms for the environment that we're in, whether it be the classroom, out on the field with sports, or the school in general. Yeah? So the reason why we do them, as you can see there, is to build relationships. We strive to respect everyone, provide the opportunity for equitable dialogue, which just means to talk, right, equitably, and decision making, where everybody partakes in that decision making. We also involve the relative stakeholders, whether that be administration, parents, other staff involved, yeah? We want to address the harms, the needs, and the obligations to the students. And lastly, it's to encourage all to take responsibility. Yeah, so those are the reasons why we want to have these norms and when we put in practice restorative justice. Now, in this class, let's go ahead and set some norms. So can you guys give me examples of what type of norms you want to see in the classroom? Yeah.
Respect.
Respect, that's a good one. Can you give me examples of respect? What will that look like?
Listening when other people have things to say and being kind to one another.
Being kind, listening to others. Yeah, I like that. Good. Another one?
Honesty.
Honesty. Awesome. I like that. And can you give me examples? What would that look like?
Like to tell the truth and to be genuine.
Yeah, right. Telling the truth. Good. I like it. Another one?
Listen to one another and do not interrupt.
Listen and do not interrupt. So what are some practical things? What can we do to implement that?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. I like it. Just like you're doing now, yeah? Listen / do not interrupt. Yeah? Okay. And then let's go with another one. Any others?
Encouragement.
Encouragement. Encouragement and examples of that. What does that look like?
Motivating each other and just overall being there for each other whenever we need it.
Okay. Yeah. In this class, right, we've got to lift each other up. Any others? Yeah.
Trusting each other.
Trusting each other. That's huge, right? Trusting one another. And how can we do that? That's a tough question. How can we trust each other?
Keeping our word that we give to someone else and following through on commitments.
Okay, following through, right? If you say you're going to be there for someone, following through, keeping your word. I like it. So I like these norms. So that's what we're going to agree upon, yeah, as a class, to have these different norms coming from you all. So now the question is, say something does go wrong. What do we do there? And so let me go through those. Go ahead and take notes. There will be a pop quiz afterwards. So I'm just going to kind of briefly go through these. So say something happens. That's the first question we want to ask. What did happen, right? So here we want to see the different perspectives and hear the different stories from the people involved, right? The student, the staff, wherever it is. So we want to know what happened and hear the different stories. The second question, what were you thinking at the time? So going back through our mental process, right, during that time when that decision was made, to act outside of the norms. So when you did something that was outside of the norms, what was going through our minds, yeah? This is called the metacognitive process, which is basically just thinking about the way we think, is basically what that means, yeah? And it allows just for reflections, for thoughts that may lead to changing that behavior so it doesn't occur, okay? The third question, who or what was harmed? So this question we want to ask the students to be accountable for the ideas that their behavior caused, okay? Or someone to someone or something. Now, students are quick to discover that they have harmed themselves, and oftentimes they see how other behavior has harmed the teacher or the classmate or the classmates, which this builds empathy here. Okay, so we just want to make sure that we reflect whatever I did, how did that harm others, or how did it harm even myself? Okay, and the last question is probably the most important question is how do we repair that harm? So what are the steps we're going to take to make that situation right, rather than simply just saying the consequences? We want to address the actions directly to, the consequences directly to that action, not just have a blanket statement. We want to meet that student where they are and support them so it doesn't happen again, okay? Also, a good way to implement that is just goal setting. So setting different goals for the particular student, the different situation, and checking in with the student. Did they reach that goal, and then rewarding them for reaching that goal and making that decision and behavior a positive. Okay. So I know that's a lot of information, but like I said, pop quiz. Let's go with what were the 4 main questions that we want to ask after someone breaks those norms? Raise your hand.
What happened?
What happened is the first one. Yep, I like it. So what happened? All right, number 2. Got that one? Yep.
What were you thinking at the time?
What were you thinking at the time? You thinking. Whoops. Thinking at the time. And 3. Yep.
Who or what was harmed?
Who or what was harmed? You guys are on it. And last but not least, number 4, the most important.
How do you repair the harm?
Yeah. And how do you repair it? Yeah. How do you repair the harm? Awesome. Alrighty. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Thumbs to the side if you have any questions. Good to go? Alrighty. Good job, class.